Hi Aquarius, welcome to the space. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you are new, excuse me, if you are new, I haven't said this in a while. If you are new, welcome. This space is called Opal Oracle, and my name's Raaji. For some reason, I want to show you this image. It's actually a really beautiful. It just came out of a magazine, and I put it in a frame because I just thought it was so rad. I think I want to be here when I'm older. Isn't that beautiful? Wonder what she's thinking about. This is in the late summer of 1976. So she's probably, what, mid-80s? Born in the late 1800s. Imagine what she's seen. What do you know about the women in your family? Do you have any old photographs like this? What do you know about them? And I suppose if you're open to it, if your grandparents are around or any of your elders, please speak to them. Could even just be, I heard, like the widow in town. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe have a conversation, or I suppose they're probably a little bit reserved because of all they've seen. But don't be afraid to approach them, because there's a lot of wisdom here for you, Aquarius. I also feel like if you can or you're open to connecting with your ancestors in a intangible way, say they're gone or you haven't even met them, if you connect to that, you can. Maybe that's just representing that you have a little bit of a psychic, like your psychic energy in that way, not to like figure out the answer to what someone else is thinking, but for you to tap into something that gives you direction, again, that isn't so tangible. Okay, Aquarius. Cool energy. Thank you. Happy equinox, by the way. Alright, so let's jump in here. Who are you? Where are you? Okay. Well, I know this may sound like a big sentence, but this is what I saw, is that you completed some sort of karma. Like you had some sort of karma with a person, place, or thing, and you've paid your debt. It's like you're free to go. You're free to go. But it's almost like emotionally you don't want it to be over just yet, because you're kind of like, well, it's a bummer. Because when you care about something and then you leave something, if there's a lot of emotion in it, in a certain way, it could feel like you're abandoning something or someone's abandoning you. There's abandonment in it, is the point. It could feel like that. But if everything has a time limit, to a certain extent, right? Because, for instance, whatever the situation is, say, karmically, that you have worked through, some sort of situation you completed, right? Again, you paid your debt. That doesn't mean that a connection is a connection, right? If the plug is in the wall, it is connected. whether the light is on or off is a different situation, right? You get to real, like, it's almost like, I see that you still get to have something, but not in the way that you're participating with it now or how you have been. For some of you, this is 3 years. I also see some of you 6 years, and then there's a 10-year thing. Everybody's on a different point in the path. The point is that you're kind of like, am I done? You're wondering, but you already feel it. It's like you can already feel it in your body. You've probably felt it really strong for the last year, right? Whether you thought something like felt good or not. And then the last 3 years, big deal, right? 3 to 5. Okay. And for you, I really feel like this has to do with, well, I see you've gained so much, right, through these time frames. You've overcome a lot in yourself so that you can feel strong enough to make the decisions that you are now. And if there is anything that you're having a hard time with, I keep seeing that sentence, like, give it to God. Like someone was taking their that feeling, that some sort of feeling, and being like, okay, I just maybe you want to try that, like grab your, feelings are all here. It's like, grab your heart, grab that space and just let it up, and just, I don't know why we're going to the left, but it just, well, I guess that's feminine, right? Either way, something like this just kind of, because then I just saw like a fishing pole, like a spool with the string when it was coming out. It's like the fish is on the hook. You were like, okay, your very first thing, like, boom, fish is on the hook. But you got to keep feeding it a little bit, like letting it out, because, the longer you're a part of something, the longer the string. All right, let's look at work, or what you're working on. I also feel like this is creativity for you. Ooh, nice. So you taught yourself something. Good. You taught yourself something. I feel like you have there are two things that you're learning about right now in ways of work. Some of you could also have 2 jobs. That could be something, or maybe you have 1 job now, and you got like a side, like a thing you like to do on the side. I suppose you could start thinking about this, if you haven't already, how you could bring in a little bit of money with the talents that you have and the things that you are, I heard, open to teaching yourself or have taught yourself. But why do we work? Like, what are you working for? And I heard, who are you working for? Like, who's your boss? Are you the boss? Who's the... You're more of the manager, though, of yourself than the boss, right? Even when you are your own boss, say you run your own company, you're still managing that space and time, which helps everything else be in the right space as you go along. Some of you may need to, I guess part of the reason why you work is to get from here to there, right? Maybe some of you want to travel, or maybe you want to, there's something you got to fix on your car, or maybe some of you want to do something with property. I'm seeing this as property right now. This could even be where you live, like maybe you want to do some landscaping, you know, like what make it better, wherever it is, what. Because wherever you are, there you are, right? What, I also feel like, I know this is weird in a way, but like what longitude do you live at, right? These are the concentric circles. There's like a dot and then circle, 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 right? And then we have lines coming out. That's what think about a map of astrology. It's the same thing as the earth, right? So anyway, the point is that maybe follow that longitude and think about what you know historically, perhaps, or what you know about those people, those cultures. Maybe this could be inspiring. You know, you could live in you know, the Northern Territories of Canada, but maybe you really enjoy, you know, Greek architecture, and so you want to build something, or I don't know, like the tiles, those beautiful blue and white tiles, you know, things like something like this. Like maybe you can, if you can't go, hi baby, if you want to go somewhere but you like where you are, then how can you make it where you want to be? Huh? How is that? Yes. Let's look at that. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see about other people. That was a cool message. Ooh, other people. Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. Fabulous. Other people in your life are doing great. I guess other people, there could be another person that offers you something also that has a lot of potentiality for growth. Careful. Your leg's stuck. Pick it up. Come here. Pick it up. Sorry. Yeah, maybe someone offers you something really, really awesome. Some of you could get a job. Some of you, again, I saw you could some sort of earthly thing. Especially with the Empress here, it could be, again, I see it could be land. Maybe some of you are like, I don't know, if you wanted to have a community garden, you're wondering if someone would like approve what you're trying to do, what you're trying to grow somewhere. I feel like that's approved. I do also feel like having a garden, like maybe having a garden would be helpful. Let me try to, just a second. Oh, who do you want to grow with? And this goes into where you're kind of, it's not like you're done growing with whatever we're just going to use it because it keeps coming up. Whatever you have debt you have paid, right? Karmically, etc. Well, part of the reason that some of the situation is you're unsatisfied with it is because you received what you needed, like enough information that you needed to be able to grow. Azumi, come over here, please. You received enough experience, time, what have you, with other people, which helped you grow so immensely. Again, the seed turned into the Empress. For some of you, this is where, maybe for instance, you, well, we don't have to give literal examples, it's general here. We'll back up. The reason why the parts that feel dissatisfying is because you received enough time, experience with people and places to a certain extent that you grew something in yourself, and now you don't need, you might have needed something at a certain time and now you don't. Do you see what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you can't connect. The Ace of Pentacles and the Empress, of course, connect. This is the seeds in the earth. You know, but I see that you can't keep, it's not good to plant the same seed in the same place over and over and over and over and over. If you have, I heard, the wherewithal to plant differently, you know, spread it out or change things up, right? Unlearn things, relearn things, like learn new things, have new perspectives, then things can last a really long time where you're literally next to one another in the same space and time. But most of the time there needs space and time between things, right? Right, an oak tree cannot grow next to an oak tree. Not in close proximity. They need space. You know what I mean? And I bet you need space. And this could also have to do with children, or whenever any of you have been pregnant, or the father of a child, something like this. Like this is that maybe there's something with this too that's healing. Obviously, this could be your mother and your father too. I guess your mother and your father could also be helpful. No. Hey. No. Thank you. Get over here. Just a second. Ding-a-ling. What do you see? Here, rather. It's okay. She does have really good ears. Good girl. If you come over here, you can have a treat in a minute. Let's see what's going on spiritually or esoterically. Ooh, Judgment and the Eight of Pentacles. Awesome. You are letting go of something. And you've already been working at it. You know? The last 2 years, big deal. Again, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, something like that. Especially the last 2. This is what you've been working on, right? Is like... Because again, if wherever you are, there you are, it's about learning how to transport yourself to places, to new places, without having to go anywhere at all. Do you know what I mean? Cool reading, Aquarius. It's all females here too, except for these are, to me, these are man hands holding this seed and other people. So I do see females and males both being helpful to you in this time. I guess with other people too, although this is so positive, but I feel the need to touch on this because it keeps bubbling up a bit, is like, I really feel like, this goes back in that karmic lesson, is, it's as if someone is trying to give you something that you already have. You know what I mean? Or maybe just it's the timing of it, right? It's the timing of it. I do feel like a mood. I actually heard a mood calendar. A mood calendar might be good. Moon calendars were what I meant to say, but I don't know. Maybe you give yourself a like color. I just keep seeing someone like color coordinating little squares. I don't know if this is like quilting or if it's you're trying to make a pattern. You're trying to it's like you're trying to design something. Oh, you know what? Maybe you're kind of all right. So a little bit of it is because it's here. I guess it isn't exactly done. Something isn't exactly like done. As if it cuts off, like the tree gets cut down. It's not going to be that anyway. I need you to know that. It's not that dramatic. There's nothing dramatic here, right? It's just like your perception of it. But the perception of it. But it's like there's one, it's almost as if you're like, let me give it one more try. But I guess with that, your response to the situation, if you're doing the same thing and other people are doing the same things, but I heard but something needs to change. Then I guess they could go one more time, whatever that means. One more chance. But I heard, remember, you've already danced this dance. Because I think you're relying upon other people to make some sort of decision. I heard decision for you. And the thing is I feel like you're meant to be serious right now, or you're feeling more serious about your relationships with other people. You could even be feeling a bit responsible. And there is still like a bit of untangling to do, but it's important, I heard, to keep moving forward, right? Keep working on your own lessons, especially whatever's going on here in this emotional, spiritual space of Eight of Pentacles, and they actually look like this. Eight of Pentacles and the Judgment card. This is a very individual process. You know what I mean? And it's very enlightening because it's helping you, because Judgment sits beneath the Two of Wands, which is what your work section. This is where your energy is going, kind of your fire. And this fire it's good because you're looking at, okay, well, what have I learned? What do I need to learn? And where would you like to go? And remember that you don't, it could be literal for some of you, yes, but it's also like, when it's the Two of Wands, it's like you're transporting yourself there and being like, okay, what would this be like if I was there? And then thinking about it, and so you can put things in the right places to be like, okay, yeah, I've already learned that lesson. No, that's not the right way to go. Or, yeah, this is, okay, this is interesting, although there's a little something scary about it. But it's like, what would I need to learn to be able to achieve or attain this? Does this make sense? Cool. And if you catch yourself like being overly confused, or you're sort of rolling around in your feelings, or you're rolling around in your head, and it just seems like the same conversation, let's see how to resolve that. Just a second, please. Okay. Thank you. Yep. Sunshine. Well, you can make some art. You can go out in the sunshine. You can stretch your arms out. You can smile a lot. You could wear bare feet. You definitely just, it seems silly, but I don't care. You need the sunshine, right? You are alive. You are a plant in this garden of life. You need some sunshine. That'll help a lot. Wear comfortable clothes too. Right? Nothing too restricting. Do you know what I mean? But I also heard take care of your body too, because really being in tune with that, make sure that you do, where is it sore, or it's like cracking, or I don't know, maybe you need more calcium, or if you live where there's winter in your a harsher winter in your season, well, make sure you're, I don't know, is there a hot tub near you? Is there anything to warm you up? Or, I mean, now we're getting into spring, which is nice, but just, because having that good conversation with your body too is going to help you to figure out which way you're supposed to go, because that's your energy that's directing you towards your, towards attaining what you, or part of what you were put on this earth to do. You know what I mean? And sometimes that is saying, a part of that is emotional maturity through and trusting that everything will be okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. You always have friends, and because this is self-esteem. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself, Aquarius. I do thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to be able to connect here, and all the wonderful people I work with, and anyone also who's gone over to Patreon, to the community garden, thank you also. It's really, really rad space. Trust yourself. That's a part of, your yearly reading didn't have any water, so on the outside, right? So it's about this water on the inside, and this emotional space, and having that be something that is balanced and simple, and also calm. You know it well, because then again your intuition will be better, right? You have the best reflection when the water is still. And lastly, you were recorded on Sagittarius's, the same day as Sagittarius, so that could be helpful. They are a link, you are a link to one another, so maybe something to learn from. Yeah, this card came up twice. Yeah, that could give you some sort of wider perspective, right? Different vantage point. I know you do enjoy that. Well, thank you again. And I love you so very much, and I do hope that you had a nice birthday. Sometimes I forget to mention that because we're talking to people that might have Aquarius in the 11th, but still, I hope you had a great birthday and happiest equinox, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.